My dear seekers of truth, have you ever pondered whether the ancients possessed technology far more advanced than we've been led to believe? And what if I told you that nestled within the heart of the Bible lies evidence of communication devices that challenge our modern understanding? Today, we will delve into one of the most intriguing and controversial biblical mysteries, the enigma of the Urim and Thummim. These objects, mentioned in the sacred pages of the Old Testament, have puzzled scholars and theologians for centuries, but what we are about to reveal could shake the very foundations of history and religion as we know them. What if I told you that the Urim and Thummim were not merely divination stones, as many have supposed, but high-tech devices, possibly of extraterrestrial origin? Could these artifacts be the definitive proof of alien intervention at the dawn of our civilization? Prepare to question everything you thought you knew about biblical history and the possibility of ancient alien contact. The truth we are about to uncover might forever change our perception of the universe. In this episode, we will explore archaeological evidence suggesting the existence of advanced technology during biblical times. We will analyze how the Urim and Thummim might have influenced critical historical decisions and present surprising theories about their origin and function. We will even consider the possibility that similar technology exists today, hidden by governments and secret societies. Are we facing the ultimate proof of extraterrestrial intervention in human history? Or is there an even more astonishing explanation that we have yet to consider? Join me on this fascinating journey through the mysteries of antiquity, where the line between faith and science blurs, and where biblical conspiracies take on a new and surprising dimension. To truly understand the mystery of the Urim and Thummim, we must go back in time to the days of the Old Testament. These enigmatic objects are first mentioned in the book of Exodus as part of the sacred garments of the high priest of Israel. The biblical text tells us that the Urim and Thummim were placed in the breastplate of judgment, an elaborate piece of the priestly attire. But here is where our mystery begins, my dear seekers of truth. For despite their apparent importance, the Bible never clearly describes what these objects were or how exactly they functioned. Tradition has led us to believe that the Urim and Thummim were simple stones used for divination, a way to communicate with God and receive divine answers. But what if this interpretation were only the tip of the iceberg? What if we were dealing with something far more complex and advanced? Consider for a moment the biblical descriptions of how these objects were used. We are told that the high priest consulted them for divine guidance in critical matters, from battle strategies to legal decisions. The precision and reliability attributed to these consultations suggests something more than mere chance or human interpretation. Now, let me pose a provocative question. What if the Urim and Thummim were, in fact, advanced communication devices? Imagine for a moment a technology capable of processing vast amounts of information, analyzing complex variables, and providing precise answers in moments. Wouldn't this resemble divine communication for an ancient society? But let's not rush. Before diving into the boldest theories, let us examine the evidence at our disposal. Throughout the centuries, archaeologists and scholars have tirelessly searched for physical traces of the Urim and Thummim without definitive success. However, this absence of direct evidence does not diminish the mystery. Instead, it intensifies it. Ancient texts outside the Bible also mention similar objects used in other cultures for divination and communication with the gods. The Babylonians, for instance, had their own oracle stones. Egyptians used the ankh, a symbol some have compared to an antenna. Could these be variations of the same technology? As we proceed with our exploration, I ask you to keep an open mind. The theories we are about to examine may seem fantastic, even sacrilegious to some. But remember, my dear truth seekers, that throughout history, what was once considered magic or miracle often turned out to be science not yet understood. In our next segment, we will delve into the most intriguing theories about the true nature of the Urim and Thummim. From alien technology to devices from another dimension, we will explore possibilities that will challenge your understanding of biblical history and perhaps the universe itself. Prepare for a journey that might forever change your perception of the divine and the technological. For within the mystery of the Urim and Thummim, the sacred and the scientific, might be more intertwined than we ever imagined. Now, my dear seekers of truth, let's delve into the most fascinating theories about the true nature of the Urim and Thummim. Brace yourselves, because what we are about to explore challenges not only our understanding of biblical history, but also our notions about technology and the origin of human civilization. Theory 1. Quantum communication devices. The first theory we will examine suggests that the Urim and Thummim might have been advanced quantum communication devices. Imagine, if you will, a technology capable of harnessing the properties of quantum entanglement to transmit information instantly, regardless of distance. Modern physicists are just beginning to understand and develop technology based on quantum principles. But what if an ancient civilization, or perhaps visitors from another world, had already mastered this science millennia ago? This theory would explain the apparent ability of the Urim and Thummim to provide immediate answers to complex questions. The high priest, by consulting these devices, could have been accessing a vast network of information, perhaps even an advanced artificial intelligence, all cloaked under the guise of divine communication. Theory 2. Alien crystal technology. Our second theory takes us even further into the realm of the extraordinary. Some researchers have proposed that the Urim and Thummim might have been crystals of extraterrestrial origin with advanced technological properties. Consider for a moment the silicon crystals used in our modern electronic devices. Now, imagine crystals thousands of times more advanced, capable not only of storing and processing information, but also of manipulating energies we do not yet fully understand. This theory aligns with ancient accounts of stones from the sky and other objects of supposed celestial origin. Could these stories be distorted memories of ancient extraterrestrial contact? And could the Urim and Thummim be remnants of this alien technology? Theory 3. Miniature interdimensional portals. Our third theory is perhaps the boldest of all. It proposes that the Urim and Thummim were not mere communication devices, but miniature portals to other dimensions or realities. Modern theoretical physics speaks of the possibility of multiple universes and dimensions beyond those we perceive. What if the Urim and Thummim were devices capable of briefly opening windows to these other planes of existence? This theory would explain the apparent ability of these objects to provide knowledge beyond the limits of time and space. The high priest, by consulting the Urim and Thummim, could have been literally accessing divine or universal knowledge. Theory 4. Reality manipulation technology. Our fourth theory suggests that the Urim and Thummim might have been devices capable of manipulating reality itself at the quantum level. Imagine a technology so advanced that it could influence the outcomes of future events by subtly altering quantum probabilities. This theory aligns with modern concepts like Heisenberg's uncertainty principle and the multiverse theory. If such technology existed, it would indeed seem divine in its ability to predict and possibly even influence the future. Theory 5. Advanced neural interface. Our final theory proposes that the Urim and Thummim could have been a form of advanced neural interface capable of connecting directly to the human mind. This technology could have allowed the user to access a vast repository of knowledge or even a form of collective consciousness. Consider modern advances in brain-computer interfaces. Now imagine an infinitely more advanced version of this technology, one that could not only read, but also amplify and expand human consciousness. This theory would explain how the high priest could receive seemingly supernatural information and visions by consulting the Urim and Thummim. He would not merely be receiving answers, but experiencing an expansion of consciousness that would allow him to access knowledge and perceptions beyond normal human capabilities. Conclusion of the first chapter of Revelation. My dear seekers of truth, these theories may seem fantastic, even impossible, but I remind you that throughout history, the impossible has had a habit of becoming reality. Could these theories explain the mysterious powers attributed to the Urim and Thummim in biblical texts? Might they shed light on other ancient mysteries, from the construction of the pyramids to the advanced astronomical knowledge of supposedly primitive cultures? In our next segment, we will examine the archaeological and textual evidence that could support these theories. Prepare for an even deeper journey into the mystery of the Urim and Thummim, a journey that could forever change our understanding of history, technology, and our place in the universe. Before we dive into the evidence that could support these astounding theories, let me pose a haunting question, my dear truth seekers. What if the Urim and Thummim were not the only devices of their kind in history? Imagine for a moment that we are facing the tip of an ancient technological iceberg, a legacy of advanced knowledge that extends far beyond the borders of Israel and biblical times. Could other legendary artifacts of antiquity be related to this mysterious technology? Think of the Ark of the Covenant, described in the Bible as an object of immense power. What if it was not merely a sacred receptacle, but an advanced technological device, perhaps even connected in some way with the Urim and Thummim? Or consider the Oracle of Delphi in ancient Greece, famous for its precise prophecies. Could it have used technology similar to that of the Urim and Thummim to access knowledge beyond the human? And what about the legends of talking stones or magical crystal balls that we find in cultures worldwide? Could these be distorted memories of a global network of advanced communication devices? But let us go even further. What if this technology has not been lost in the mists of time, but preserved in secret over the centuries? Could secret societies or even modern governments be in possession of evolved versions of the Urim and Thummim? These questions lead us into even more controversial territory. If such technology exists, who controls it? And for what purpose? Prepare yourselves, my dear seekers of truth, because in our next segment, we will examine evidence that could suggest that the legacy of the Urim and Thummim is more alive and present in our modern world than we ever imagined. The truth, as always, could be stranger and more astonishing than fiction. My dear seekers of truth, before continuing with our revelations about the Urim and Thummim, let me pause to speak directly to you, our community of inquisitive minds and brave spirits. In our last episode on the secret codes in the Book of Enoch, many of you shared fascinating theories in the comments. User El Buscador X99 suggested a connection between the watchers mentioned in Enoch and the potential origin of the Urim and Thummim. This idea is intriguing and deserves deeper exploration. What do you think? Could the Watchers have been the providers of this mysterious technology? If you are not yet part of our Biblical Conspiracies community, I invite you to join now. Subscribe to our channel and activate notifications. Each week, we unravel mysteries that challenge the official history and reveal hidden truths that could change our understanding of the world. And speaking of revelations, in our next episode, we will delve into the mystery of the Star of Bethlehem. Was it truly an astronomical phenomenon, or could it have been something much more extraordinary? You won't want to miss this. Now, I ask you to share your theories about the Urim and Thummim in the comments. Do you believe it was alien technology, an interdimensional portal, or something we haven't even considered yet? Your ideas could be the key to deciphering this millennia-old enigma. Remember, in Biblical Conspiracies, we don't just reveal the truth, we discover it together. And now let's prepare to dive even deeper into the mystery of the Urim and Thummim. The truth is out there, and together, we will find it. Welcome back, my dear seekers of truth. Now that we've explored the boldest theories on the nature of the Urim and Thummim, it's time to examine the evidence that could support these astounding propositions. Prepare yourselves, because what we are about to reveal could forever change our understanding of ancient history and technology. Enigmatic archaeological evidence. Although the original Urim and Thummim have not been discovered, archaeology has provided us with intriguing clues. In 1986, during an excavation at Tel Dan, Israel, a peculiar artifact was discovered, a small stone with unusual electromagnetic properties. Scientists were perplexed by its composition, which did not match any known mineral in the region. Could this object be a fragment of Urim and Thummim technology? Its dating places it in the period of the First Temple, coinciding with the time these devices were reportedly in use. Revealing ancient texts beyond the Bible, other ancient texts offer fascinating clues. The Talmud, a compilation of rabbinic writings, describes the Urim and Thummim as capable of illuminating letters on the high priest's breastplate to form messages. This description strikingly resembles a modern LED display. Additionally, the Dead Sea Scrolls, specifically the War Scroll, mention a device called the Voice of God that provides precise instructions in battle. Could this refer to the Urim and Thummim or similar technology? Inexplicable historical anomalies. Throughout history, There are examples of knowledge and skills that seem out of place for their time. For instance, the Piri Reis map, drawn in 1513, shows with remarkable precision the coastline of Antarctica, a continent that wouldn't be officially discovered until 1820. Could this advanced knowledge be the result of technology similar to the Urim and Thummim, capable of accessing information beyond the constraints of time and space? Suspicious modern patents. In recent decades, patents have emerged for technologies that strikingly resemble the capabilities attributed to the Urim and Thummim. For example, in 2014, the US Patent Office approved a patent for a quantum communication system describing a method for instant information transmission across any distance. Could these patents be attempts to recreate the ancient technology of the Urim and Thummim? Or perhaps they are evolutions of devices that were never truly lost? Informant testimonies. Over the years, testimonies from alleged informants within secret government programs have surfaced. One of the most intriguing comes from a former employee of an intelligence agency who claims to have worked on a project to decipher ancient technology recovered from archaeological sites in the Middle East. According to this informant, whose identity remains anonymous for security reasons, the project involved crystal devices with information processing capabilities far exceeding any known technology. Inexplicable astronomical phenomena. In 2017, astronomers detected a series of fast radio bursts originating from a distant galaxy. What was perplexing about these signals was their pattern, which seemed to follow a complex mathematical sequence. Some theorists have suggested that these signals might be evidence of advanced interstellar communication. Could they be related to the same technology that gave rise to the Urim and Thummim? Surprising genetic discoveries. Recent advances in genetics have unveiled that so-called junk DNA contains patterns surprisingly similar to computer codes. Some researchers have proposed that this might be evidence of ancient genetic manipulation by an advanced civilization. Could this be the same civilization that provided the Urim and Thummim? And could this technology have been a way to interface between human biology and a cosmic information network? Conclusion of the second chapter of Revelation. My dear seekers of truth, the evidence we have examined, though circumstantial, raises profound questions about our past and our place in the universe. Are we witnessing the traces of technology so advanced that to our ancestors it seemed divine? And if so, who or what provided this technology? The implications are astounding. If the Urim and Thummim were indeed advanced technological devices, this would not only rewrite our understanding of ancient history, but also raise fundamental questions about the origin of human civilization and our relationship with possible extraterrestrial or interdimensional intelligences. In our next segment, we will explore the philosophical and spiritual ramifications of these revelations. For if the Urim and Thummim were truly advanced technology, how does this impact our understanding of the divine? And what does it mean for our future as a species? Prepare yourselves, because we are about to venture into territory that challenges not only our history, but our very reality. My dear seekers of truth, we have reached a crucial juncture in our exploration of the Urim and Thummim. The theories and evidence we've examined lead us to a philosophical and spiritual crossroads that challenge the very foundations of our understanding of the world and our existence. If the Urim and Thummim were indeed advanced technological devices, how do we reconcile this with our religious and spiritual beliefs? How does this redefine our relationship with the divine, the nature of the divine? Traditionally, we have conceived of God as a transcendent being, beyond human understanding. But if the Urim and Thummim were advanced technology, does this mean that what we perceive as divine is simply a superior form of science and technology? This perspective invites us to consider the words of the renowned science fiction writer Arthur C. Clarke. Any sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic. Could we extend this to say that any sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from the divine evolution of consciousness? If the Urim and Thummim were advanced neural interfaces, as one of our theories suggests, this raises profound questions about the nature of human consciousness. Are we facing evidence that our consciousness can expand beyond the limits we know? This idea aligns with concepts from many spiritual traditions that speak of elevated states of consciousness or enlightenment. Could it be that what we consider mystical or spiritual experiences are, in reality, interactions with a cosmic information network mediated by advanced technology, the purpose of humanity. If an advanced civilization, be it extraterrestrial or from our own distant future, provided this technology, what was their purpose? Are we witnessing evidence of a grand cosmic experiment, or perhaps a nurturing program to elevate human consciousness? This perspective forces us to reconsider our place in the universe. We would no longer simply be the result of biological evolution, but active participants in a guided cosmic evolutionary process. The nature of reality. Theories about the Urim and Thummim as interdimensional portals or devices for manipulating quantum reality make us question the very nature of reality. Is our universe just one of many? And if reality is much more malleable than we believe? This idea aligns surprisingly with concepts from modern quantum physics and ancient spiritual traditions that speak of the illusory nature of reality. Could it be that the Urim and Thummim were tools to navigate and manipulate the very fabric of existence, ethics, and responsibility? If such technology existed in the past and possibly still exists today, this raises profound ethical questions. Who should have access to it? How should it be used responsibly? Moreover, if we have the potential to access such vast knowledge and powers, what is our responsibility as a species? Are we prepared to handle such power? The future of humanity. Finally, the mystery of the Urim and Thummim compels us to consider our future. If such technology existed in the past, what does the future hold for us? Are we destined to recreate and surpass these capabilities? Some technological visionaries speak of a future singularity, a point where technology will advance beyond our current understanding. Could it be that the Urim and Thummim were a glimpse into that future? And if that future is already here, hidden in plain sight? Transcendental conclusion. My dear seekers of truth, the mystery of the Urim and Thummim takes us beyond simple historical or technological speculation. It invites us to reconsider the very nature of our existence, our purpose, and our destiny as a species. We are faced with the possibility that the line between science and spirituality, between technology and magic, between the human and the divine, is much thinner than we ever imagined. This revelation does not diminish the sacred, rather, it expands our understanding of what is truly divine. As we contemplate these dizzying possibilities, I urge you to keep your minds open and your hearts receptive, for in the quest for truth about the Urim and Thummim, we might be uncovering fundamental truths about ourselves and our place in the cosmos. My dear seekers of truth, as we approach the end of our journey through the mystery of the Urim and Thummim, it is crucial that we reflect on how these revelations might impact our personal lives and our understanding of the world around us. Questioning the everyday first, I invite you to look at your surroundings with new eyes. What objects or technologies in our daily life might be more than they seem? Perhaps the smartphone you carry in your pocket is more than just a communication device. Could it be a modern version of the Urim and Thummim, connecting us to a vast and mysterious network of information? Expansion of consciousness. Consider the possibility that your consciousness is capable of much more than you believe. Ancient practices of meditation and mindfulness might serve as ways to access this hidden potential. What if you could, with practice and dedication, develop abilities rivaling those of the Urim and Thummim? Re-examination of past experiences. Reflect on moments in your life when you experienced astonishingly precise intuitions or striking coincidences. Could these have been moments of connection to a cosmic information network, similar to what the Urim and Thummim reportedly accessed? Ethical responsibility. If we have the potential to access such vast knowledge and powers, how does this impact our ethical responsibility? I challenge you to consider how you would use such power if you had it, for personal gain or for the greater good of humanity. Search for truth. The mystery of the Urim and Thummim reminds us that truth is often stranger and more wonderful than we imagine. I encourage you to keep an open mind and an inquisitive spirit in all aspects of your life. What hidden truths might be waiting to be discovered in your immediate surroundings? Connection with the transcendent. Finally, consider how this exploration of the Urim and Thummim has affected your understanding of the divine or the transcendent. Has it expanded your concept of spirituality? Has it led you to question or reinforce your existing beliefs? My dear seekers of truth, I urge you to carry these reflections with you in your daily life. Observe the world with new eyes. Question what you take for granted, and remain open to the wonders and mysteries that surround us. Remember, the true power of the Urim and Thummim, whatever their nature, lies in their ability to expand our understanding and connect us to something greater than ourselves. Within each of you lies the potential to be a living Urim and Thummim, a bridge between the known and the unknown, between the mundane and the divine. Let this exploration be the beginning of a personal journey of discovery and transformation, because ultimately, the greatest mystery we can explore is that of our own existence and infinite potential. My dear seekers of truth, we have reached the end of our fascinating journey through the mystery of the Urim and Thummim. But this is not an end, only a new beginning. The knowledge we have explored today is just the tip of the iceberg. There are countless mysteries waiting to be discovered, hidden truths that challenge our understanding of the world and ourselves. I invite you to continue this journey of discovery with us. If you haven't already, subscribe to our channel and activate notifications. Each week, we dive into new enigmas, from ancient artifacts to modern conspiracies, always seeking the hidden truth behind official history. In our next episode, we will explore the mystery of the Star of Bethlehem. Was it truly an astronomical phenomenon, or could it have been a manifestation of advanced technology similar to the Urim and Thummim? You won't want to miss that revelation. Share this video with those who, like you, have open minds and inquisitive spirits. Together we form a community of truth seekers, challenging the boundaries of conventional knowledge. Remember, the truth is out there, waiting to be discovered, and with each mystery we unravel, we come one step closer to understanding our place in this vast and astonishing universe. Until we meet again, keep your eyes open, your mind awake, and your heart receptive, because in the world of biblical conspiracies, the next great revelation could be just around the corner. I am your host, and as always, the truth will set you free.